Are you calling Colby a weight bully for calling out Poirier? The fuck? Colby weights less than Poirier every day of the year except on fight night. You may be a libtard and call him what you want, but weight bully, no way. I don't know how that makes me a libtard because I'm actually a fan of Colby Covington, but God forbid I criticize him for something. Hit the like and subscribe. I was outside doing some yard work. My bookie. Promo code MMA-Holes for 10% match on your first deposit. A lot of times on the interwebs, you scroll through and you see threads on who has the worst fan base. And in this video, I tell you why. The answer is Colby Covington fans. Now, I understand why people are called fans. It's short for fanatic. A lot of times people watch these fights, they root for fighters, and the next thing you know, they become obsessed. And no matter what that fighter does or says, that fan base jumps to their defense. And me, myself, I have fighters that I cheer for and I root for, but I pride myself on being as unbiased as possible. And when it comes to Colby Covington, I actually like Colby. I actually enjoy his lead up to fights. I love his banter. I love his shtick. I love the WWE persona. Yes, I find him cringe, but I think that's the point. Now, when it comes to his fighting, he's 50% entertaining. 50% of the time, you'll be entertained. And those two fights with Kamaru Usman, they were fire. I loved both of those fights, yet he lost both of those fights. The reason why I'm doing this video is because of this video right here. And if you didn't see it, well, go check it out. Hit the like button, subscribe, whatever, you know, all that YouTube jive. There has been a slew of comments about this part of the video. And it's weird to me because this is not what the video is about. It's like you guys just missed the point of the video and why I was speaking about the Colby Covington situation. But for some reason, people decided to defend because of this.
Like, you think you're tough because of that? Yeah. That doesn't make you tough, dude, just because you're beating up little guys and being a bully. The second fight, look, there's like a little...
Didn't Colby Covington call out Dustin Poirier? What weight class is Dustin in? Dustin used to fight at 145. It's at lightweight now. Colby's at welterweight.
Everybody was like pissed. Like, you think you're tough because of that? Yeah. That doesn't make you tough, dude, just because you're beating up little guys and being a bully. The second fight, look, you're beating up little guys and being a bully. The second fight, look, there's like a little hand signal where he's like...
So Colby Covington's talking about, you know, fixing fights and this and that, but he discusses weight bullies. And I addressed the fact that he was calling out Dustin Poirier. He wanted to fight DP, who is a 155er. And Dustin Poirier is a lightweight who used to fight at 145 pounds. Now, people were hitting me up and defending Colby Chaos, basically saying he's not a weight bully and that DP is the same size or not bigger than Colby Covington. These are the messages that I received from, let's call them the Colby Cucks. User BP7VI6DE2. Dustin walks around the same weight as Colby. Nice try. User Sergio199407. Well, he says, Dustin is a big 155 pounder. Colby's natural weight is close to 170, and Dustin walks around at 195. At Dead ARMD, considering they both walk around at 188-190, they're the same size, unsure what your aside was for. Also, check their heights. They're the same size. All right, here's Dustin Poirier, 5'9". Here's Colby Chaos Covington, 5'11". What a waste of a laughing emoji. Mikey Lopez, 9146. Colby is a legit welterweight, and so is Dustin. Dustin cuts massive. Fair fight. Colby is a legit welterweight. Yeah. And so is Dustin. When was the last time Dustin fought at welterweight? He fought at featherweight. He fought at lightweight. In fact, he fought at featherweight 11 times. Dustin Poirier fought at featherweight 11 times, from Conor McGregor all the way down to his UFC debut, Josh Grisby. 11 featherweight fights. Legit welterweight. Chubbs 8258, a God black belt, so I'll be easy on you. Dustin Poirier is arguably bigger than Covington walking around. Every time he cuts weight for lightweight, he looks like he's about to die on those weigh-in shows. I'll give Chubbs a pass because he's a God black belt. And by the way, become a member. Hit the join button. It's $3 a month. It supports the channel.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Chubbs does say arguably, so I'll give him a pass. User-XK1BV8YZ70. Wow, it must have took a long time to make that name. Are you calling Colby a weight bully for calling out Poirier? The fuck? Colby weights less than Poirier every day of the year except on fight night. You may be a libtard and call him what you want, but weight bully, no fucking way. I don't know how that makes me a libtard because I'm actually a fan of Colby Covington, but God forbid I criticize him for something. There are more comments, but I just took a couple just to show you. A lot of people think that Colby Covington should fight Dustin Poirier. That'd be a great matchup. And I got to be honest with you, it'd be a banger, especially after what Dustin looked like against Saint Denis, right? Saint Denis, a 5'11 guy who likes to grapple. Maybe Colby Covington versus Dustin would be a legit fight. Could be. But I understand why Dustin Poirier doesn't want to do it. First of all, Colby Covington, his last 3 losses were all flops at title fights. Usman 2, Edwards 1. Complete failures. Now, the Usman fights were a lot of fun to watch. The Edwards fight was kind of embarrassing. Those 2 guys, actual welterweights. Leon Edwards coming in at 6'2", and Colby Covington coming in at 5'11". What happens when Colby fights a guy that's a little bigger than him? Well, he loses. Kamaru Usman is 6 foot, and Colby Covington is 5'11". Another guy that's a little bit bigger than him, and Colby Covington lost to him. So Colby Covington calling out Dustin Poirier, well, I kind of get it, but it just doesn't work. And saying that Jake Paul is a weight bully, well, I mean, when you call out a guy that has been a featherweight for 11 fights, Colby Covington, you are a weight bully. According to reports, Colby Covington walks around between 180 to 185 pounds, only 10 to 15 pounds higher than the 170 welterweight limit. This is actually quite uncommon among UFC fighters who weigh significantly higher than their weight division limit. I think the fans out there are looking at this and hearing Colby Covington saying he barely cuts weight to hit the scales and believing him. But I'm going to be honest with you. I think Colby Covington is lying. I think Colby Covington weighs more than 185 pounds. In fact, I believe Colby Covington weighs between 195 and 205. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that. And I would love to see Colby Covington hit the scale and prove me wrong. And if he does hit the scale and we wind up being around 180, 185, then you literally cut weight just to prove a point. You don't walk around at 180 to 185. I just don't believe you. Dustin Poirier said he's hit the scales and he weighs like 190, 195, almost 200 pounds. He's looking thick these days. Dustin Poirier fought at featherweight for 11 fights. Colby Covington would never be able to pull that off, and here's the proof why. Colby Covington joined the Iowa Central Community College for a wrestling program and started competing as a wrestler. He won the 165 pounds state championship in 2006. And after his win, he transferred to the wrestling program to the University of Iowa. 165 pounds. That's what he weighed for the state championship. He is literally lying to you guys. You're just gobbling up Colby's cock. The fan base is a complete mess. Why do you believe Colby Covington? How could you believe Colby Covington? Even Donald Trump walked out while Colby Chaos was sucking his dick in a post-fight interview.
I thought he won the fight. So it's all perspective this life. I will come back stronger. Mark my words. God bless everybody for coming out. Thank you all.
I don't dislike Colby Covington, and I understand Colby Covington's shtick, but what I don't understand are fans that are completely delusional and that will believe everything they hear from their favorite athlete. In fact, you guys are the cucks of the internet. The Colby cucks is what you are. This is your chance to redeem yourself, Colby Covington fans. You could either bend the knee, jump into the comment section, and apologize to the greatest YouTube host in the world, or you can stay delusional and keep defending the man who has lost 3 times in a title fight. Yes, he was the interim champion, but he never was the undisputed welterweight champ. And he did call out Dustin Poirier, a man that fought at featherweight 11 times. Colby Covington in college, 165 pounds, 10 pounds higher than the lightweight division where Dustin Poirier sits right now. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, yes, Colby Covington calling out Dustin Poirier, well, that makes him a weight bully.